we are not just one identity. We have all kinds of different identities, and those identities then operate in different contexts differently. So if we really want to understand globalization, we cannot look at globalization just as something that is kind of like on a supranational level, above the nation state, up there somewhere in the stratosphere. The global means planetary. Yes, it does mean that. But it also means that the global is inscribed in and pervades the local. What actually is happening here is that there already is such a long history of global influences that have shaped this place, and yet there's also a sense of embeddedness, a sense of rootedness, a sense of Hawaiian culture that goes back a very, very long time.
At this spot, which thank God is still a part of the United States.
Used to be all back and forth like ping pong. Now we're older, it's all long gone wrong.
I still come in on one, as if the old days run on. Not a rerun, but something new from where we come from.
A place trapped in time, not metro. Remain retro, reminisce, keep it back in the days. Till damage from the heady days of haze and the summer craze of dropping BZP at illegal raves. And when I'm laced up on the high grade THC, the milky bars are on me. If I got 6 in my pocket, you can have 3. I'm where I wanna be, you're the one living uncomfortably.
Totally ignoring locality. We will forever be a community with shared experiences committed to memory.
I give you all the good luck in the world.
Aloha, my name is Paul Anna. This is a protest against development of the 30-meter telescope up on Mauna Kea. Basically what it comes down to is that sacred aina up there, not to mention that what I'm told is that it obstructs the last view plane to Haleakala. It's a sacred aina. You cannot, don't touch it up there. It would bring a lot of jobs, supposedly, but jobs are no trade-off for aina, you know. I didn't organize this or anything, but like there's a Board of Land and Natural Resources hearing today. And even though the public can't speak up inside, apparently, well, they're going to speak up outside. Yeah.
How would you feel if the telescope didn't go through?
If it didn't go through?
Yeah.
Relieved. But momentarily, because even if they stop it for now, they're always going to try something else. Oh, what it comes down to is that's a foreign country developing in the Kingdom of Hawaii. You know, that's American. You know, I mean, it's UH, it's the state, and whoever's going to make money off it, it's not going to be our people, it's not going to be our country.
Well, this whole thing is basically to try and stop the building of the 30-meter telescope, which is supposed to be 18 stories high, which is outrageous. That's the highest building on this island. And I can't recall what the base would be, but I think there's too much already scopes up there that I don't know why it was left to do, you know, why they let these guys build and build and build. And in my opinion, as Kanaka Maole, you know, if you look back, how come the Ali'is never build anything up there? And then now Apo'e Aole like do this or whomever for somebody's pocket. And to me, that's not right. To me, it's not right. And us Kanaka Maole is standing up for the mountain because it's sacred. As I don't know if everybody knows, but like the pico, you got 3 picos from above, goes to Mauna Kea, comes down, spreads out to everybody through us on the top, and then through our pico go out, and that's how energy go out through everybody. And you know, we need to share this, but if these people cannot understand what's happening, then it's so sad. You know, they need their life to be rearranged as to where they come from and what their real priorities other than money. To me, why spend money looking somewhere else when you cannot even take care of what's here? Been around a good portion of the globe, and I like what I see. But when you have progress coming sometimes, especially like this, where this sacred, the mountain is supposed to be sacred to the people, can these guys understand what sacred is to the Hawaiians, yeah, to the culture? And globally, I'm really not too sure how much effect it will be. A lot of stuff has been done wrong to the Hawaiians, and they keep going on and on and on. When does it end?
It says directly that they will do irreparable damage to endemic species. And that means what's here on the mountain is nowhere else, and it will be destroyed forever. So it will affect the world, and it will affect the keiki. They'll just destroy what they can't replace. And that's the Kanaka.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
And everybody's here, just give you guys a mouth. You guys are manao about this place. It's time to stand up for your rights.
HAR 13530. Criteria number 1. The proposed land use is consistent with the purpose of a conservation district. How can this 18-story building be consistent with conservation? That's impossible. Mauna Kea is the Creator's home, the Piko, the center force, the greatest temple on earth. How can we practice our customs and grow spiritually when our spiritual place and natural setting is used for 18-story buildings, parking lots, pull stations, and roads? How can we be in solitude and beauty with these foreign objects in our view planes, and still the state of Hawaii gives the rubber stamp to development after development after development? No one was arrested for banning the Hawaiian national language and forcing the Kanaka to obey or else. No one was arrested for putting the American flag, a foreign flag, over our islands. No one was ever arrested for teaching lies in the public schools. No one was arrested for terrorizing and intimidating our Hawaiian nationals with statehood or the Hawaiian Homes Department scandals. These and other crimes were committed against a free and friendly nation under treaty with the United States of America. By developing that land, you devalue its purpose. In the end, that's all that I really have is my freedom. Mahalo. Thank you.
Well, an important part of the due process, oral argument is not evidence. It is only argument. It's important to keep in mind the scientific and educational purpose of this project, which is considered when completed along with the large Hadron Collider constructed at the CERN project in Switzerland to be one of the two greatest scientific achievements of the century. As noted by Professor Michael Bolt in his testimony, the study and observation of the universe is the oldest of the exact sciences. That stretches far back into man's prehistory.
I've been through all the archaeology reports, numbers of them, back and forth. None of them mention what is the impact of this project upon the collective sites within that area. The state capitol is 100 feet high. The TMT is almost twice as high as that. That's how big it is. That's a reference point. It's almost, here's a TMT. Next to the state capitol is almost twice as high. It's close to 190 feet. And it's 200 something feet wide. Don't tell me that's not significant. Every time you go out to your meeting, you step outside and take a break and look at the state capitol, say that's not significant. Those whose ancestors who came here from Japan, if you were to take this project to Japan, they'll be deeply offended. Those who are from California were to take this project and say to build it on Mount Shasta, the people there, the native people, and all the people will be deeply offended.
The other thing they're saying is that the petitioners have not shown that their cultural practices date back to 1892 and therefore are not worthy of legal protections. UH applies for this permit saying, we looked at all these Hawaiian practices, look, Kealoha does this, we asked her about it. And then now they turn around the hearing and say, oh, but Kealoha hasn't shown that she's a cultural practitioner. And we're tearing at her hair kind of because we're like, but they're your cultural practitioners. And now that they're coming up against you and saying, well, you haven't protected our practices, now they're they're scanning in that way. I see it as an issue of good governance, because if you have laws in place that can protect a natural resource, you should be following them. And that's why we decided to bring a contested case and not just let's go tie ourselves to the bulldozer kind of action, right? Because the laws are there and they should be followed.
Prefer for the telescope to be built on a different location or not to be built at all?
I don't know, what was it, Moani Papa kept saying put it on Mount Fuji, and Kalani was like, well actually Mount Fuji is super sacred too, maybe you shouldn't put it there. I think that if anything, the community should have a lot more input in deciding that.
In Chile, I think they wanted to put this TNT. Go to Chile.
The hearing is now closed. Thank you very much.
Positive clearly outweighs any adverse impacts. All the adverse impacts, by the way, can be mitigated. And we believe that in our application we've actually proposed mitigations that will actually mitigate a lot of impact. But first, let's talk about the positive. I think really what it's going to do is going to provide people like you and my children, and my grandchildren. I've already had grandchildren, educational opportunities that they'll never have anywhere else in the United States.
Do you think that I ever would have woken up and said, I really want to be in a contested case today? Anybody ever did that? Woke up in the morning and said, today, I think I'm going to become involved in a contested case and let it throw my whole life upside down and get my kids involved, and what about my job, and what will people say?
Go girl.
We ever do that, do we? But one day at Manaua, my daughter who's here today, Kapule, said, Mom, she's here, And I said, who's here? And she said, Manaua, Mom. Manaua. The Mo'opahini, the Lady of the Rock is here. And I knew that my grandmother and generations before her, my daughter had inherited the same gift for the state.
So could you just hold this so that I can hear your voice? And then just kind of talk into it? Just hold it up.
No need, you talk.
I want to know how you make your business successful here when there's competition with bigger corporations that Walmart and Target that are here. How do you operate in that kind of dynamic? Do you know what I mean?
Work is harder.
Yeah.
I work hard.
Yeah, you have to work hard.
The business is not harder.
Yeah. How long have you been here?
15 years. The first time, 5 years I learning. I learn from 5 years. Learning. Every time mistake, and I make a new seed and a new plan, mistake again. Everything just grow and then have to sell. Certain vegetable people cannot eat, doesn't care. And the certain vegetable, the people like it. So I went change. First time I opening business, nobody liking the herbs. Nobody know the herbs. Sweet basil, all of these herbs, and nobody. Hawaiian people didn't. And a lot of, come from the Italy people come. They're asking me, oh, you go grow for me this, you go grow for me this, you go grow for me that. So I ask them, give me the seed, the name. And then I grow, how to sell, because I can sell maybe 7 bundle, and then later on maybe 8 bundle, mouth to mouth. Oh, farmers market in the Warsaw, tall one lady, and she carried these herbs and mouth to mouth, the people coming. And all the Italian and all the another country people come, they asking to order only herbs. That's why I grow all these herbs.
Okay.
And then I sell mix and then all inside the herbs. Especially I grow organic. I try to grow organic because before I don't know what is this organic because I don't know what is the chemical. I didn't even know how much no good in the chemical. But my best friend, she had a cancer. Then I started how I'm gonna help her. And then I find out it's a fertilizer and then spray is very dangerous and poison. I find it. And after that,
Here, you can take your customer.
Yeah. After that, then I don't use the fertilizer. I don't spray. They trust me. People know me. They can see my farm. They buy. A lot of the cancer customers, they come.
So can I just ask you where you're from and why you came here?
I came from Korea.
Why did you come to Hawaii?
Because I like Hawaii. Thank you. I like Hawaii as I come.
Yeah, you just
my
like
friend, my best friend, she come Hawaii first and she called me.
Oh, cool.
That's why I come. And then she fixed them up for me, my husband.
Oh, nice. So you and your husband run your farm together?
No.
Just you?
Yeah.
So you grow the food and you sell it. You do every part of your business.
Myself.
Wow. Good for you.
This is full time, I work every day. I'm enjoy. I don't force the work, just a little bit salad mix, a little bit, lettuce, a little bit.
Thank you for your time. How long have you been working at the farmer's market?
It's about maybe about 15 or more. Before when I started, pretty much sold out everything in the market, but now it's too much markets and then but good for people. Every town they have a market. It's really convenient for the people who shop. They have their own parking lots. It's really good for people to shop, but here in Hilo it's hard because we don't have enough parking lot here.
And where are you from?
China.
China? Why did you come to Hawaii?
Well, when I live in China, the country is still communist, so everybody wants to get out from there. That's when I come to, when I come out from there.
Why do people want to leave China?
Yeah, because they're communists. I don't mind. Okay, you don't have a freedom. What you want to do?
How are you able to leave?
Well, I come to with marriage.
And so do you feel like in America you have more opportunity to succeed?
Well, if you're in America, if you work hard for it.
I think she's asking you a question. Sorry. No worries. It's okay. Is a large part of your customer base tourists?
I would say maybe around, I would say 30% or 40%. It depends what season. Okay. When winter times, yes, I would say 50-50. So it's summertime, I say about 40-60. 40% is the tourists and 60% the local.
So tourism is important for your business too.
They are.
Thank you very much for your time.
Hopefully we have a really nice class on this one.
Where are you from?
Here? From here?
You've lived here your whole life?
But I born in Philippines. But I came here in 1972, but I live in Peticure. I've been here since 1972, so that's how many years?
That's
40 years?
40.
Oh, exactly 40 years.
Exactly 40 years. So how long have you been working at the farmer's market?
Since the farmer's market opened This opened 1987. People here. Before was more crowd. Before, because before was 10 o'clock. The time plantation not closed yet. 10 o'clock we sell out already and we go home early. Not like this that we stay here whole day. This is the first farmers market open. But now it's get mako, get pinoli.
What does globalization mean to you?
Well, to me, globalization, my definition is the unification of all people from around the world. That means cutting off passports, cutting off imports and exports. If one country has a specific amount of resources that the other country lacks, I would feel that it's necessary that that country contribute to that other country that is lacking in that specific resource.
So, why do you shop at the farmer's market?
I do my shopping. I like to eat healthy, and I just like to be reminded that I'm in the tropics, I'm in an oasis, and I like to see the people, and I like to see the products, and I like to enrich my my character by submersing myself in a different environment on a daily basis.
Hmm?
They look at you or the camera?
You can look at me.
Okay, sorry.
How long have you lived in Hawaii?
For 22 years.
22 years, wow. And how long have you come to the farmer's market?
22 years.
And why do you come to the farmer's market? Why not KTA or Target or Walmart?
But I like coming here because I can kind of support more people with my money. Because I can, buy one thing from one stand and another from someone else and kind of spread things out. Yeah, and the produce is all, I assume, locally grown. Most of what I buy, I ask if it's local. I actually used to have a stand here I used to work for a farmer who grew organic white pineapple. So I used to come here at 4:30 in the morning and set up and sell pineapple all day. So I've, been on both ends of this market. So that's another reason why I come. I did boycott Walmart when we first got Walmart. I boycotted for a long time. And then, I'm pretty embarrassed about it, but I do go to Walmart. I think for me, I'm a working mom. I have 2 children, and so sometimes that's why I do it, because I can kind of buy a lot of things in one stop instead of driving to lots of different places, and it's not a very good excuse. I don't like huge corporations. I feel like they're really damaging for local businesses and for the environment. I don't like that most things there are made in China, and I know that U.S. corporations tend to really exploit workers in other countries because they want to pay as least amount for the most amount of labor. And also, I know that Walmart has been involved in class action lawsuit for labor discrimination. I think it was involving sexism, where they weren't really promoting women workers, weren't making it past kind of floor jobs. They weren't making it into managerial places. I don't know where that lawsuit went, but anyway, I know that they're pretty controversial in terms of labor practices. A long time ago, when I first moved here, I remember that Bayfront and downtown seemed to be doing really well, and I do remember when Walmart moved in, there were huge protests, and I remember Bayfront really went downhill for a while. A lot of businesses had to move off of Bayfront and move up several blocks because they couldn't afford rent, and it looked like, I really feel like Walmart had a really negative influence on our local community. And then it did recover, and a lot of the buildings got refurbished and new businesses moved in, but it was a little scary for a while. I remember when most of the stores in Bayfront were empty, and I know my husband and I worried that maybe those buildings were going to get disheveled enough that they would get torn down. So I'm really happy to see it's thriving again, but that was the main reason why I initially boycotted.
As far as globalization goes in general, what I see it doing is it's pushing the local people out. I've watched it happen on Oahu, I'm seeing it happen here, and it's just kind of the way things are. For a community to survive, it needs to be decentralized, not centralized. And the more centralized you have it, the more difficult it is. And just an example, when I was a kid, Hawaii only imported about 25-30% of its food. Now it imports 90%. So globalization is turning farmland into houses. You can't do that. Not in this picture. community to survive.
Good sides to globalization?
I think that depends on who you are. If you own a big corporation, sure. But for the little people, probably not. And I also have a background in radio, and I'll give you an example there. In radio, that radio station, that radio DJ is part of the link to the community. They talk about community events, they talk about things that are happening. But when you have a mainland corporation that owns 200 radio stations, they're giving you syndicated shows that come out of the mainland, and there's no local content. There's no connection to the community. And that's happening in all kinds of sectors. It's happening in radio, it happens in farming, it's happening all over. Radio is just an example.
Long story short, spent 20 years in Colorado, built a house for somebody, and they said, hey, you know what? For a tip, we want to fly you anywhere you want to go. So I flew to Hawaii. It was like, wow, the water's my home. I couldn't leave. So I sold all my stuff and came here. I like supporting the small guy, and they have everything that I like to eat here. It's hard for me to erase, but I see Americans as consumerists now, and relationships are more important to me. I believe we're in a conscious revolution right now. The whole world is waking up, and when that happens, people come to the same conclusion that, you know, there's one planet and we're all here to share it.
Did you get his shirt in there? Can you read his shirt?
I can pan out a little bit. Let's see. Hi.
Well, the shirt is one of the things that inspired.
Yeah.
Love is the force that connects us all, and it's something that never drains. You can love and love and love and love and love, and there's always more. There's having an experience of God, and then there's having a concept of God. And when we love, it's us experiencing God. That's my reality.
Get moving! Goku's releasing the Kamehameha!
Hey, wait, I can't! She gave me that nice meal!
南の島の大王はその名も偉大なハメハメハロマンチックな王様で風のすべてが彼の歌星のすべてが彼の夢ハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハメハメハ南の島の大王は女王の名前もハメハメハとても優しい奥さんで朝日の後で起きてきて夕日の前に寝てしまうハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハメハメハ南の島の大王は子供の名前もハメハメハ学校嫌いの子供らで風が吹いたら遅刻して雨が降ったらお休みでハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハメハメハ 南の島に住む人は誰でも名前がハメハメハ覚えやすいがややこしい会う人ハメハメハ誰でもハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハハメハメハメハメハ
So is Hawaii attractive to the tourists?
Hell yeah, it is. Like, Hawaiians value their own culture. If tourists come here, they don't understand. All they want to do is like have fun. They don't really care.
Check it out.
They don't really care about the land. All they want to do is have fun, spend time.
Go to the beach.
Even if you show them whatever, religious whatever stuff, they don't even care. They don't care. They just want to take photos and like, oh, I've been to Hawaii. This is the statue.
True.
And they don't even
Make
care
postcards.
We just were here to go to the national park and then back and then get on the ship and get out of here. This is my first time seeing the statue of King Kamehameha, yeah.
What is it with the statue of Kamehameha that you guys want to visit as tourists? What attracts you guys here?
This specifically, not.
There's
it's
nothing
really
much?
just the whole island and just getting part of the history.
Do you know who King Kamehameha is?
Well, I believe he was the ruler of Hawaii at one time.
What makes him so significant that they would make statues?
Well, that's what everybody hears, is that he was the king or the ruler of Hawaii. Yes, no? Am I right?
Oh yeah, I heard too that he unified the island.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
First impression when you saw the statue, like what was your reaction?
I don't go, oh my God, how beautiful. To me, it's just okay. This is their.
Just a
it's
statue.
just this is their this is their memory of a king. I guess if you're looking at this as a memory of a king, maybe it should be more elaborate, more something.
What was your impression when you first saw European statues? How did you feel?
Some of them you just go, between the statues or the buildings, the churches, the things,
Really?
you just go, oh my God, they're so huge and so ornate and so you can't even imagine how they were built.
It's important to people here, but for her it's just another statue because she's seen a lot of statues in Europe. But then I asked her what her impression is about the Statue of Liberty. Do you find that one more significant?
Yeah.
Than...
Why?
Well, probably more just because I'm more familiar with.
Is it a cultural
Well, I was going to say, I don't know that it's a mainland versus an island. Not being from here, I don't know if this king is as important to liberty as the Statue of Liberty is for over there.
That maybe symbolizes something more important to her than this statue. What do you guys think about that?
The reason why I liked that part was because it actually brought out the difference.
The Statue of Liberty is from France. From the French.
It was a gift.
It's like symbolizes peace.
Peace, yeah.
Freedom.
I think that's why they built King Kamehameha statue. We pay tribute to him. Not only we give respect for what he had done for Hawaii.
Yeah.
But the difference is, King Kamehameha was a person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so if you say we're paying tribute to a certain person, it's like for me, if we pay tribute to the Statue of Liberty, we're paying tribute to the French.
Yeah, to the French. That's what. No, he's right. No, it's true.
Isn't that interesting?
That's
King Kamehameha was
weird.
a person, and the French made the Statue of Liberty, which
and
was
yet,
a lady. Who knows if that was some lady, some guy's girlfriend? And
material boy and girl in a material world, ready to sell them soul, Billy diamonds and pearls. Well, that don't make no sense. You're living in a pretense to obtain the pounds and the pence. Dollars and cents, drop my euro and yen. Money comes in on your hand and then it's gone again. Me no begging no friend, from I can feed my children. Me keep keep the money at a distance, it's insanity. Cause them a put them vanity before humanity. Them talking love and showing on, we need some clarity.
Do people swim it down there? No?
Very scary. They get missing.
Oh,
be careful.
okay. It's dangerous,
missing.
yeah?
Yes. Because the current underneath, you guys can't really tell about it.
I'm a strong man. I can
Even
swim
though
there.
you can say you are strong, but you're not as strong as the
I'm a swimmer though.
Good. Good.
What do you think? What's it called the rainbow falls?
You see the rainbow every morning, you know. Especially when they have snow on Mauna Kea.
How often do you come here?
Oh, well, every day, just to keep in touch with nature.
Really?
Because, yeah, I'm accustomed to this.
Hi, my name is PJ Laulo. I work here at the zoo.
We're here interviewing one of our friends. Like he said, he works here at the zoo. We're gonna ask him what's it like being here as a zookeeper. What kinds of people do you see here at the zoo?
Mostly like on Sundays, like there are more tourists visiting here at the zoo.
Oh wow, Mori.
Follow my. I see another one up there. And some.
Come on. Sing, come on.
Hey, buddy. Well, hi. Sasa can talk a lot. He will sing over the rainbow. It's a beautiful day. Sasa was raised by somebody very well. I'm not real familiar what all he does, but he is the greatest bird I've ever seen. He is just unique. He can mimic anything that you pretty much, it's just when he wants to, you know, it's up to him. It's pretty much, it's more like trust, who he can trust. What are you doing?
So the birds got feeling, yeah?
Yeah, he has to warm up to you. This is the longest he's ever warmed up to me for coming over. He's always like hid all the time. What's a birdie bird? Is that a pretty boy? I would love to have this bird, but I haven't gone in there because I'm afraid he'll bite. I mean, he will. I mean, I got bitten by that guy. And he can, yeah, he did some numbers. I haven't really tried him yet.
What is it about the petting zoo or the barn that attracts tourists so much?
I think a chance to experience something that they don't see in their everyday life.
Really?
I don't know who's tourist and who's not.
Oh, do you sometimes like try to figure out if they are?
I guess not really. I just figure everybody that comes through has a good reason for being here, whether they live here or whether they're visiting.
Over here is like we're under what? U.S. territory, yeah? So everything's gotta be beautiful. Back home it's just Samoa. I asked one friend of mine, I'm from Samoa, and he's like, oh, where's that at? They don't even know where Samoa is. Everybody knows Hawaii.
We're just a dot on a map.
I'm afraid most Americans back on the mainland would be hard-pressed to pick this place out on a map.
Yeah, it's not very visible.
It is a small dot in a big ocean.
It is. It is.
If I were to interview someone that that's been there, you know, that's what they say. They love the culture, you know.
See, that's one thing Samoa is well known for, maintaining their culture. Tattoo, for example.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
Conrad, zookeeper, Upu, Zap.
Island time. Let's go.
So it actually looks pretty not busy here today. We're gonna go ahead inside and we're gonna see the type of products that they have for sale here that are making it back out to a global market. A lot of hyper-local products that are very popular with visitors. So we're gonna take a look inside.
Hi, would you like sample?
Hi there, sure, great.
Yeah, shortbread.
Okay. Shortbread, thank you. Almost certainly they're gonna offer us a cup of Kona coffee. Probably their most popular product here is their shortbread. You can see on their logo that they're really kind of pushing the Hawaiian export angle here. Here we have another one of their popular products. It's chocolate covered macadamia nuts. Of course, mac nuts are a huge export here for Hawaii. Now here we have products called Hawaiian Dekines. They're very local, and we'll take a look at some of these. We have chocolate dipped ika. This is actually chocolate dipped squid or cuttlefish. Chocolate dipped mochi balls. Chocolate dipped fortune cookies. Chocolate dipped iso peanuts. Chocolate dipped sakura arare. Of course, very Japanese influenced. Lihing mui cookies. It's a sweetener used a lot out here. Sometimes they even put them on tequila glasses, the lihing mui.
How's it going? My name is Charles. I'm a Kinese major here at University of Hawai at Hilo.
If you hear the word globalism, what does it mean to you?
Worldwide exposure on the world stage, I guess. Sports is probably the most widely known source of any kind of event, like media exposure. Think about all the games, all the sports that used to be in certain countries that weren't in certain countries and are now, being exposed. Has probably more exposure than any other event that I know of, but I could be wrong. Everybody knows sports. Each country has a sport. Soccer, or in other countries, football. I don't play that sport, but I do watch it, and man, World Cup, Olympics, exhibition games, those are seen all over. You can't even go to as deep as Africa. That's like one of their main sports. And FIFA, everybody's heard of FIFA. You don't have to be good at the sport, If you like the sport, you can just, if you enjoy it, just do it. But, sports is well known. It's something people should get into. And it helps with globalization, because if you look around, a lot of these rich men must have played at least one sport in their lifetime.
Globalism is connecting stuff between the whole world. As you can see, rugby is getting well known around the world. In the year 2016, rugby is going to be in the Olympics for the first time in I think 10 to 20 years.
If you hear the word globalism, what does it mean to you guys?
One of my brothers here explained to me what globalism is.
See, this ball is a globe.
Like what?
This ball is shaped like a globe. Just without the ism. No ism in here. Ism is in the Middle East.
It's require a community, something that would concept, gathering, community, or anything that require a certain group of people, so to speak.
It's like an orgy. Globalism is like a social gathering. Like the military is considered globalism. Every country has a military. Like the United States of America, that's the biggest military there is, my boy. It's like that, go like that.
Jeremy Sio. I am from the island of Samoa, and hopefully I could answer some of the questions that have been posted on. Globalism to me is worldwide. nation, international. Globalism it's not something. Whenever it's not an individual, an affection that affects the whole world, as in everybody, every human being. It could be an influence role, create an impact, or it can be a role as in terms of physical health. We have the Olympic Games. It'll draw people together. In Samoa, we play rugby. It's a competition between villages, and that competition, it draws in the whole island.
Sam, hvor er det ikke ordet server? Is it a special name or
This is what we call Super Serve, formed by the one and only Super Sam.
That goes on 24/7, you know, to nurture our land, take care of our kids, work together, play together, music. In fact, they were playing music here last night.
Where?
Right here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the young Hawaiians was here. Yeah. But Henry Leong has donated 5-6 generations of baby huli so we could plant. We've been here 3 months now, but January 17th we actually begun this little plot. Every day, I could come here in the morning and it could be completely bulldozed. And they could say, we're just exercising policy. At this point, as Walter said this in Kauai, beautiful group of people in Kauai, all get together. He said, we got thousands of people to go to the state capitol and to tell them, hey, we don't want Monsanto in Hawaii. We don't want PLDC here. And what did he tell me? He told everybody in that speech, they literally closed the doors. They locked the doors. Due process was officially and practically shown you. You don't got it anymore. You gotta take direct action. We must with aloha. God hath made of one blood all nation of men to dwell on earth. This is earth. In unity and blessedness. First line of Hawaii's Constitution. 1839. That's the first line. The People's Garden, or the Kanaka Garden, it relates to people not only in Hawaii, but in California, in Japan, in Germany. And speaking of Japan, every day, 1,500 Japanese tourists. They come in buses, they come in taxis, they come to visit this Kamehameha statue. So that's part of the reason why we chose this location, because Kamehameha School Bishop Estate are primarily responsible for taking money from Monsanto and then trading off thousands of acres of Hawaiian land to create the world's largest GMO experiment, open air experiment. Are doing this garden without a permit because we really want to send a message that we know that they know that we know that the emperor has no clothes. And we want to malama aina and grow food on our way to health and freedom and truth. We translated this effort into Japanese as well as into Hawaiian, and of course the sign is in English. So most of the effective communication happens when people experience the dirt and experience the plant. And it goes beyond language because the plant was here before human beings even entered into politics at all.
You know, we've been going and having marches on Oahu, and then we went to the island of Kauai. And both of these marches were really, really good. And we're going to go back and tell them that the one on the Big Island was unreal. You come up with one word that describes GMO in Hawaiian language. That word is pilau. Pilau. This is pilau stuff. Okay? And that's all you gotta know, that it's pilau. It's bad for your kids, it's bad for you, and worst of all, it's bad for our land and our aina. So we're trying our best at the legislature. We're trying to pass a law this year that says you have to label GMOs so that when you go into the stores, you know what to buy for your kids and what not to buy for your kids. We're feeding our kids toxins and we don't even know it. All of you have the right to know. You have that right. This is the guy that has been stopping us from having hearings so we can have the right to know. They wouldn't allow us into our own government to tell them that we worried about our kids and we worried about our land. So this is the guy. Any of you feel like getting into politics? Run against this guy. The state of Hawaii is the centerpiece of GMOs. And all the big companies are here. And they're selling the seeds to everybody in the world. So Hawaii now is central. It's central to the whole world getting their seeds. So that's why it's important that everybody come out and stop it. If you can stop it here, it's going to impact the whole world. It's a worldwide problem we're talking about. So all of these GMO guys should back up and go someplace else.